When life is but a torture, welcome to Smiley's Corner. Yeah!
My name's Smiley.
And my name is John.
Welcome to Smiley's Corner.
All right, we're recording this live from a very crowded bar restaurant. Very crowded. Probably a crowd of, what would you say, 200 to 500 people, I think? Yeah. They're all 6 feet away from each other. There's a lot of room. We're doing it in a field, a pasture. It's a pasture party.
Social distance party.
You ever been to a pasture party? I heard about them in high school, but I was never invited.
I'm trying to think.
I remember not being upset that I wasn't invited.
I went to you remember where Kid Station was?
Yep. For those listening, Kid Station is a station for kids. It has, it's like McDonald's play place, but without the McDonald's.
So there is I couldn't even tell you how to get there now, but there's a weird, almost like an oil road type of thing that goes back behind there.
Okay.
And if you go all the way down the road, there's a clearing. And I went and picked up a girl because she was too fucked up to drive from back there. But they were literally just a bunch of kids getting wasted. I think they might have been burning pallets or something.
I like how I've done all of those things, and I'm like, that's ridiculous. Man, picturing 16-year-olds getting drunk now just makes me feel incredibly uncomfortable and uneasy. I'm like, man, you guys should not be doing that, man.
I guess if you think about it, we kind of had mini pasture parties next to Ben's house.
That's true. They were all of age. Well, I guess never mind, they weren't. I was going to say, I felt like I was close to it. I mean, I guess I met you right after high school, so I was 18, but I don't know. I felt like I was pretty responsible, maybe.
No, I definitely wasn't.
There was definitely a burning of pallets, though, so I guess I shouldn't say anything. But, they were, some of those guys were, I feel like I don't know if I should name them, but some of those guys were still in high school, so I guess that's funny. We hung out with the cool kids in high school when we were out of high school, Smiley. That's not good. And just for the record, we're a year or two older. I don't want people to think that we're hanging out with 13 or 14-year-olds.
Well,
wait, you hung out with 13 or 14-year-olds?
I know there were definitely a few times when kids that age were around, but I didn't know it's one of those things where you go over to somebody's house, and I remember there was a girl hanging out, and somehow it came up, and it's oh yeah, she's 14, and it's what the fuck are you doing, man? What is going on here?
Was this at the same place? I know you said his name, but I'm nervous to say his name.
It was at the neighbors.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, he did live in a neighborhood, so there are neighborhood kids, and of course they're what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Little did they know that we weren't the cool guys. Got your ass. And then they grew up to be probably really cool people in college and stuff, which, I didn't really have the college experience. I mean, I experienced college, but not in the way that most people would. I feel like most people that either have a license plate, what do you call that thing? A border around them that has your school or your school colors on everything, or a ring. People that have a ring probably had a much different experience than I did. And I'm not even, I'm not jealous of it necessarily. I'm fine with it, but honestly, that lifestyle's, I think I've probably talked about it before, but it's just bizarre to have that much school spirit to me. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, it's very foreign to me. It's very strange. I'm like, why? I don't want the school to burn down, but I'm not I don't know. I feel like if you
Go
took
team,
away,
rah, rah, rah.
yeah, I don't really care. I feel like if you took sports out of college, all of a sudden, for some odd reason, fucking the school spirit would go away, and I'm like, this isn't even UNT. It's hardcore sports fans there, and I'm like, this isn't even a sports school.
You know what's even more fucked up about that is a lot of schools, especially upper tier ones, they charge that's an additional fee on your college tuition is sports stuff.
Well, I'm pretty sure it eventually was, at least because I know they had the stadium, and then they built another stadium. So, and I'm pretty sure, because I remember hearing about people being charged for that on their tuition, and it's man, can I just
And a lot
It's
of
almost
times,
like cable. You want to like, can I just like pay for just the channels I want? Can I pay for just the services that I want?
a lot of times they won't disclose any of the numbers or anything either.
Yeah,
It's just like
that's not surprising.
whatever.
At
But
all.
I saw, like, I read an article about it recently, and some kid like tweeted the university, and they were like, "Oh, great! Like a brand new stadium, and everybody has brand new uniforms. Like, can I have my money back, please? Like,
Yeah.
I haven't been to a single game. You don't give a shit."
And then they charge you for tickets, man. What the heck? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It is kind of funny to me that the UNT football team was rather lacking in some aspects. Like, not,
They were like UT's like warm up.
But it was funny to me because it was like, I feel like it's predominantly known as a music school, but and I never actually verified this, but I know a lot of those people aren't even like, from some competitions, they weren't even allowed to compete collegiately because they were that good.
Really?
Yeah. And it's like, maybe that should be your thing. But, classical and jazz, no one's going to be like, boring. No one's wearing their fucking, UNT jersey, hooting and hollering, sitting at home watching a classical fucking, I don't even know how that works competition-wise. I guess you just go up there and play, and then people are like, yeah, that was really good. I wouldn't be able to discern a difference between
like a good and a bad.
Like people that are that good. Like,
oh yeah,
yeah, it's all good, man. I don't really like the one
that was really good.
Because for the people listening, they have I feel like if there is anyone listening, they probably know exactly what we're talking about. But there is like the lab bands, which are the highly touted jazz bands at UNT, and they have the 1 o'clock all the way to, I believe, the 9 o'clock. And they are called that because that's what I believe when they meet for their classes and stuff. So the cream of the crop is the 1 o'clock lab band. You don't want to be in the 9 o'clock. But if you listen to the 9 o'clock band, you're just like, wow, they're really good too. Although between 1 and 9, it's probably pretty discernible. You can probably easily tell which is the 1 o'clock band. But it's still, I mean,
probably a little tighter.
Yeah, they're phenomenal at what they do. And they're better at what they do than the football program does. But to be fair, they do have the Murchison, which is a really nice venue, I guess. We should announce that our plans for opening up the albino squirrel have been put on hold because of Corona. We've been talking about a venue. Actually, no, I should take that back. Yeah, we're actually at the albino squirrel right now with 500 people listening. Crowded, bunched together, elbow to elbow. Was it asshole to elbow? Is that the phrase?
Elbows and assholes?
I think it's elbow to assholes.
Elbow to asshole?
Well, that doesn't even make sense anyway, but elbows and assholes, I don't think that's right.
No?
So you ready? Denton County's going on lockdown in 24 hours. I don't think we'll be doing this next week.
Probably not, unless we want to live stream. If you enjoy this podcast and you want more content, please DM us or send us an email. What is it? Smileys. Is it Smileys_corner on the Instagram?
Underscore is the little dash that's at the bottom. It's not the actual word underscore.
SMILIES_corner on Instagram. And then our email is smileys.corner@gmail.com.
Booyah.
You can also send us a message on our SoundCloud.
Oh, wow, we have so many things.
Smiley's Corner Podcast on SoundCloud. If you go to the Instagram, there is a Linktree link that will go show you all the stuff.
Wow, we're like prepped.
And also YouTube. I can't remember if it's youtube.com/smileys.corner, but just look SMILIES corner.
There's an apostrophe, I believe, on the YouTube. Man, we got all the socials.
Yeah. But yeah,
we're like prep. We're doomsday prepping.
Hit us up.
For
we might be able to make some special arrangements, but otherwise we're probably just gonna go hunker down somewhere and.
Yeah, we both lost our jobs, so this is all we got. I'm just kidding. We're both working right now. Hopefully that doesn't. I mean, if there's no people left, then yeah, I guess we'll be out of work. We won't be able to serve the public.
It's true.
Well, that's sad. That's a great way to. Yeah. Oh man. So what's the bombshell you want to drop on me?
Oh well, it's not even that like crazy. It's just I just wanted to see your like reaction rather than like, because it's like kind of a small thing. I don't even know if we could talk about it that long.
Okay.
So I was at Whataburger the other day, and I was sitting in the drive-thru waiting because there's a bunch of fucking people trying to get food.
Yeah.
And I saw this guy rolling by with a shopping cart. Looked like a homeless gentleman, but I didn't really think much of it. He had all his stuff. He had like a trash bag.
I saw someone steal a shopping cart today at work. Sorry. I heard a loud bang. I walked out to the fuel center to get some cigarettes. I was walking back, and I heard a loud bang, and I look over, and I just see this truck starting up, and it has a shopping cart in the back, and I'm like, pretty sure he just put that shopping cart there and drove away. And I'm pretty sure he saw me, like, technically I didn't see it happen.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm not going to be like, hey, mister, I don't know. Hopefully my work doesn't hear that. Like, you're fired because I'll be fucked if that happens.
That actually, side story.
Okay.
We can go back to this thing.
Okay.
That reminds me of, so I was in a fender bender with my dad and my stepmom one time. If you're familiar with Longview, Texas, Gilmer Road and Loop 281.
Okay.
There was an Albertsons there. It's some kind of like Hispanic supermarket now, I think. But anyways, fender bender. We asked the person to pull over the side. They drive off like an asshole. So we park, and we happened to see, I can't remember if they called police dispatch or they happened to see like a cop drive by, but it turned out it was this lady that they were friends with. She used to work at the bank, blah blah blah. Like
lady that you're
the cop was a lady that my parents knew. And anyway, so we're chit-chatting about it. She's like, really, we can't do anything because, like, unless you got the plates or whatever, there's nothing I can do. Sorry, can't help you, whatever. Meanwhile, in the background at the grocery store, you know the giant gumball machines?
Yeah.
There's these kids, like, picking one up and putting it in the back of a truck. So this lady does, like, the Dukes of Hazzard move and, like, slides across the hood and hops in the front seat and, like, peels out. And
a lady does it.
Yeah, she, like, chased down these dudes with, like, a gumball machine, like, turned on her flashers.
She fucking blow a hole through their chest?
No, but
oh, man.
I'm pretty sure they stopped and got nailed, but it was fucking hilarious.
She just slammed her car into them, and fucking gumballs go everywhere, and she just starts unloading in their fucking ass.
But it was so odd, like in the middle of the fucking day. I guess they figured nobody was paying attention, but and you didn't notice the cop in the parking lot while you're doing this, but
and you know it was just a funny gag, and now they're both dead.
But anyways, back to my story. So
wait, so she just like. Was this like mid-conversation she took off for the gumball people and you guys just sat there watching all this and just went home and that was it?
Yeah, because she couldn't help it.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Okay, at first I thought you were saying that the cop knew the lady that hit you. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. Like, sorry, can't help you, bro. She's connected. She's a made woman. You can't touch her, so just go about your business.
But anyways, so I was sitting there and I was watching this dude roll by with a shopping cart with all the stuff in it.
Was it a black guy?
Yeah.
I know the guy you're talking about.
Yeah.
Did it have like a bunch of like look like sleeping bags wrapped and stuff in it? Was he dressed very nice? Like
No.
No? Okay, maybe it's not the same guy I'm thinking of.
There's
a guy that comes to work all the time that his name is Gruthel, but he's always dressed extremely nice. But I've talked to him. He always says hello, John, every time I see him, and but apparently recently he went homeless. I kind of thought he was homeless for a long time. Although he does always look very well dressed. He always has a button-up shirt tucked into like slacks. But he had like, it was the sleeping bags and stuff, but they were wrapped up. It was a keyboard. Apparently he was a phenomenal pianist from what he says, which part of me kind of believes him.
Yeah.
Because he's not like psycho. He's not rambling.
Just like funny. I was gonna say starving artist character.
He's not rambling about the end of the world, but I was gonna say that doesn't really make you look crazy right now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know. He does always have very, very strong BO. I've never smelt stronger BO. So I was like, hey, I might know the guy. It's Grithel.
But
I hope it's Grithel.
Anyways, this guy he rolls his cart like across the front of Whataburger, and then he crosses the little entrance driveway thing there. And there's another shopping cart, like one of those mini shopping carts, like flipped over. And I see him, he like stops, he like starts looking at it, and he flips it back over, and he gets it, and I was like, oh, is this dude gonna be like have 2 shopping carts
Yeah,
now?
I was gonna say when you said he was looking at it, he's like, man, I might do a little trade-in.
Well,
see if I can get myself a new ride here.
That's exactly what he did. He swapped it all out. He was like, this is like a more...
So he took all of his stuff out of the one and put it in the other one?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
wow,
like,
that's kinda
I
nice.
assume it was like, this is lighter, more sleek design.
It's more aerodynamic,
But
less drag and everything.
he left his big cart there and took the little one and went on his merry way. But I was just like, you know how you see the abandoned shopping cart like everywhere you go?
And you wonder how that happened?
Yeah, but that was like the genesis of the abandoned shopping cart. Like, it's just kind of an odd observation, but like I watched it happen in real time.
Wow, that's funny. Sizing it up, getting a new... Man, that is weird because I guess in that lifestyle you probably...
Imagine the lighter the better.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you probably know, like, a car guy knows what car to get. Like, they probably know, like, oh, you don't want to go with the Sack and Save carts, man. You want to go with Wally World, bro. Wally World's got the carts you
They got
want.
the good washers on there.
There's so much, like, I probably don't even realize how, I mean, don't get me wrong. Pretty sure I'm fairly not street smart. Apparently I'm just not smart at all because I don't even know if that sentence made sense. But, yeah, they would just have so many like little nuggets of like wisdom. That's like, you got to get this car, you got to go here by this time and do this thing. And well, that's funny though. I'm gonna do a trade in on my cart. Got a new cart, guys. Check it out. All right, yeah, living under the bridge ain't so bad. I don't think we have a bridge in Denton that you can live under.
No,
I don't think. I don't know.
I do kind of wonder if there's like if you follow the Katy Trail, you know that bridge that goes over 288. The dart runs down it.
Uh-huh.
There's a bike trail that goes down there too. But if you go behind Movie Trading Company, there is a drainage ditch.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go in there, there's like it goes down and then there's like a big opening. It's like a big like sewer entrance, but there's like graffiti and trash and all kinds of stuff down there. So I don't know. People might live down there.
That's true. I wonder if there is because I mean, you see it in bigger cities of like these homeless communities almost where they live, but I've never seen anything like that in Denton. It's usually scattered. I mean, we've definitely seen the tents on the disc golf course, and it's funny. Every time I see it, it always takes me a moment to realize like, oh, they're homeless. I think whenever we were in North Carolina going along the river and I saw, was it a hammock in a tent?
Yeah.
But I just remember like canoeing up to it like, oh, yeah, oh.
Someone lives there.
Oh, okay. And, you know, we're canoeing.
Yeah.
We're on a river. I kind of just assume like, oh, this guy's camping. I'm going to go over there. Like, I don't even know why I went over. I didn't see anybody. It wasn't like I was like, hey, let's go talk to the neighbors kind of thing. I don't know.
But if you run, actually, if you run up and down the Katy Trail, there's lots of woods like scattered here and there, and you see lots of stuff that looks like. I obviously don't go and investigate because you're not gonna. You don't know what you might find. People might be hostile or you might not be. But I see lots of trash and like trails. Like looks like lots of foot traffic.
Okay. Yeah. Probably gotta. Because I can imagine how much shit they get from law enforcement and stuff. So you know you gotta take the back roads to where you need to be and stuff. But man, it's a rough life. I wonder what man. I mean I know it sounds. I don't know if it sounds like dickish, but I kind of wonder how the homeless community is dealing with the coronavirus. I mean there's only so much they can do, but like I don't know. I feel like they're. Like I say, unless it's a community of them and stuff, I feel like they're socially distanced already. Yeah, and I don't know if they're like. I wonder if they're paranoid. Like, fuck, I'm fucked if I.
It's all like there are some people trying to reach out to them. Like I don't know about around here, but I feel like it was in California or something. Somebody was distributing like whatever like kind of goods and stuff they could to them and trying to like give them like education. Like, look, this is what's going on. Like this is how you can try to protect yourself.
Like just like now you're gonna scare them to death. They're already like fucking like on their last leg pretty much. Now just fucking let them enjoy the little bit they had. Now it's like, oh, I'm homeless and like there's a fucking virus just going around that I'm probably gonna get. You know what? It just occurred to me, like getting sick while you're homeless. Not even like catching coronavirus, just like having a really bad cold. I'm like, man, that would be miserable. Oh man. I really hope I don't lose my job.
I think I'm pretty sure we're both like in like the definite safe boat. Like
Knock on wood, brother.
the federal government doesn't really have any reason to shut us down because I don't know.
I mean, if worse comes to worse, all I need is enough gas to get to my parents' house. And then I don't know what I'll do then. I guess I'll just hang out and.
But I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Hopefully, TV won't get canceled, so I can at least watch TV there.
I'm trying to think of what. I'm not like real big history buff, so I don't know what exactly like shuts down like entire like civilizations and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I feel like we've built it up far enough that it would take like a world war.
Yeah. I guess. Man, maybe it'll come to that. Like, maybe we can just nuke this virus, right, guys? Like.
But I'm trying to think of like what else.
I did see that Idris Elba. The comment was, "It's pretty obvious that the Earth is punishing us for what we've done to it."
Yeah.
And whatever I think what sticks out to me about the comment is the pretty obvious.
Oh.
Like, it's pretty obvious that the sentient being known as the Earth is like. WTH, guys. Like, slow down.
Well, I heard Joe Rogan make, like, a similar comment talking about how, like, nature, like, you have, like, overpopulation and then, like, animals and stuff, they'll get, like, these weird diseases and stuff and it'll kill off a whole bunch of them and then you won't have as many. So, like, I don't know. It seems like something similar.
Well, I mean, I understand. I mean, like, I understand, like, what he's saying, but it's just, like... I don't know. It's having large. You know, you always hear about like schools or daycares being like petri dishes for like having large gatherings, people naturally getting sick. I don't like. Don't get me wrong. Like I understand that this is kind of like a natural scientific thing that could happen. It just seems. I don't know. It just to me it just sounds like the Earth is like.
Oh.
You listen here, guys. I'm tired of your bullshit.
But I think if you want to be more like rational thinking about it. Like, definitely China is very overpopulated, and they've been, like, moving in on, like, nature for a while. Like,
yeah.
Just, like, interacting.
And somehow they're handling this whole thing better than us. So, I don't know. I hope that's true.
But just interacting with, like, more animals than necessary, and things happen.
One country, it's funny, one country I have not heard a lot about is Russia.
Well, I think they only have, like... The last thing I saw was like 50-something cases or something.
But I'm pretty sure this was a joke. I hope it's a joke, but fuck, I don't know, man. I don't fucking know.
You want to look it up?
But no, you don't need to look it up. But I saw that it was like a newscast that Putin had released lions to keep people at home.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Now, to be fair, I'm pretty sure it's fake, but it looked legit. I'm just saying, like, they did a very good job at, like, I'm pretty sure what they probably did was just took, like, an old, I don't know, a lion escapes a zoo somewhere in the world footage, and then, like, put a little ticker on the bottom with, like, a KLAS News 7 or something, or whatever it would be in fucking Russian or something. But you also hear stories about Putin, and you're like, I wouldn't put it past the guy. That's what I always think about the China thing. I'm like, they're doing so well, but I'm like, but I don't know. Everyone's just made me, like, not believe any world leader anywhere ever. And I haven't heard from North Korea. I know South Korea is doing apparently good. North Korea is probably like, we're on lockdown. We've been on lockdown for like half a century.
Yeah,
dude.
North Korea claims that everything's good, but a lot of people...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have no idea.
A lot of people find it hard to believe, but apparently Donald Trump sent Kim Jong-un a letter, like,
really?
telling him that, like, we'll, like, try to help each other in this situation or whatever, and like,
how the fuck is North Korea gonna help us? I don't.
But he just like praised him for being like a good leader or whatever in times of crisis or some shit. But,
I mean, I understand
you don't want to piss off the angry dude with a nuclear weapon.
Yeah.
Especially
Are you talking about Donald Trump, or are you talking about fucking? That's what I'm saying. Like, does he actually have a nuclear weapon? Well, not only we don't need to get into politics, but my thing is like people find it hard to believe. Like, I find it very easy to believe that, like, don't get me wrong, countries like fucking bass backwards, but like I can totally believe that a country where like no one is allowed to leave can be like at least have this under control.
But they also don't have like good health care and things like that in place. Like
that is very true.
The only person that's good is like government
That's
officials.
what I'm saying. Like, I don't think anything's changed for them. It's like, yeah, you got sick. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna die. You're gonna die anyways.
North Korea was actually I think it was South Korea was criticizing them because they were firing missiles off recently into the ocean.
What the fuck, man? I mean, I understand you don't want to piss off the guy, but like, does he even know this is going? I wonder if he even knows this is going on.
Surely he does. He's probably
He's
the only
got
one
to,
that
right?
has cable TV.
This is the man. This is it's so bizarre to be experiencing something that the entire world is experiencing. Like we all have that in common. I even saw a message that Conor McGregor like pre-recorded, like urging everyone in Ireland and the world to basically like get this shit under control and lock it down.
Yeah.
Stop going places and stuff. And I'm like, that's so weird. He's halfway across the world and like. I know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Like, I know what his country is experiencing because our country is experiencing it too. It's so fucking bizarre. You would think maybe good will come out of it. Maybe everyone will be like, all right, yeah, maybe not be a dick. I feel like everyone's gonna close their borders now. Like, no, shit. If you want to come in here, you're gonna have to go through a screening process. You're gonna have to get. I did see South Korea has those really. I was gonna say cool. That almost sounds bad, but they're kind of cool. They have like it's like a telephone booth. And it has those, like, gloves, like you put your arms in gloves, and it's basically, like, taking swabs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, they can get somebody tested in, like, I think 7 minutes is what they said.
Huh.
And then they, like, spray it down with this, like, power wash disinfectant thing after they get out. And I'm like, well, that's kind of fucking brilliant. I wish we could fucking get that.
I did see.
At first, it was funny. Whenever this all started, I was kind of like, man, I'm glad I'm not in Asia because they always have these crazy fucking things break out. And, like, 2 weeks later, I'm like, man, I kind of wish in Asia. Kind of wish I lived in Asia because they always like. Well, I feel like they're very. I mean, I know it's a communist country, or at least China is. I don't know if you can attribute any of that to this, but I feel like everyone's very like compliant. Like, oh yeah, totally, we'll do that. You don't. Because I saw the video of like the spring. I think I showed you the video of the spring breakers at fucking in Florida. Like, yeah, man, if I get it, I get it. But shit, I just want to come down here and party and stuff. And I feel like. I could be wrong, and this could be a very bad generalization about South Korea and China, but I feel like there's not really that crowd. I'm sure there is, but it's just hard for me to imagine, like, party crazy Chinese people that are like, nah, man, I'm fucking drinking my sake, and I'm fucking laying out in the sun with all these thousands of people, so fuck off.
China for sure, but I think South Korea is fairly democratic.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I just say, like, as far as their culture, as far as being, like, kind of like...
But I imagine
let
China,
freedom ring in South Korea. I don't know if they have that version of that.
China, like, people don't talk bad about the government ever, except behind closed doors.
Yeah. Yeah, I know he's real big on the whole Winnie the Pooh thing. He doesn't like the Winnie the Pooh. I've heard that you can't even find Winnie the Pooh on the internet there. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I hear stories, I'm like, and they're like, that's crazy. And it probably is true. But I'm like, I don't know. Because they're always like, dude, you believe that? Or their government's definitely lying to us. And I'm like, are we always like, is America always transparent with other countries about what's going on? Like, that's kind of what I wonder. I'm like, I mean, maybe they're lying to us about them. Like, do you ever think that maybe they're lying to us? Like, maybe it's not China lying. Maybe it's America lying. Maybe they're like, yeah, it didn't even happen, bro. This isn't even real.
But I did see Peru.
Mm-hmm.
They're like shutting their borders down like permanently. Like, I'm not really sure.
He did
like,
air quotes for people, listeners.
How far they're gonna go with this, but like, there are still like at least like 100-ish Americans still over there, and the U.S. Embassy was like, figure it out. Like, we can't help you.
Wow.
Because like everybody got out of there as fast as they could, but now, you're just kind of like they're trying to like send in like military planes and stuff to possibly like pick these people up, but there's no way they're getting a flight out.
Yeah, wow.
They're
That's
just stuck.
I was wondering about there's probably resources for this, but like colleges, like dorms.
Oh, they had to shut down a lot of that stuff. I think
So they just kick the kids out.
Yeah. But
like at UNT, they're international students.
Yeah, that was like if you fell under like certain criteria, they would let you stay.
Oh, wow.
But if there was an option for you to leave, they made you leave, I think.
Wow. What? How does the whole? Because like, a lot of those dorms and stuff have like cafeterias and stuff, and they pay for meal plans. Like, are they letting the food staff stay there, or are these kids just on their own and they have to go to the grocery store and try to stock up a mini fridge for 2 weeks of?
Yeah, not sure.
Oh man.
They might be
Dude, I
doing
can't
something
imagine
for 'em.
being-
Maybe like have like a brown bag thing or something where the people get together, they cook all the stuff, and then like just like they do with all the restaurants now. They probably they could probably have them like cook up a bunch of meals and then have it like you can come pick up a meal.
Wow.
I would imagine.
Man, could you imagine being like in school right now? Like college would be weird, but I feel like I definitely wasted a few years in college. But like in like I don't know, junior high or high school or something. Like, oh man, I'd be so infuriated. Like, just give me the fucking diploma. We all know I was gonna graduate. Don't fucking make me do this. Because that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, are all these motherfuckers gonna be held back a year?
Oh, I don't think so, because they're trying to do all the stuff online.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, duh.
So I think they'll try to do as much as they can, but I'm sure they'll give people like a pass.
What if you end up failing the online high school or something and like I don't know, I just feel like not everyone has the means to get to that. And that's why like it's weird because I see stuff online that cheers me up and a lot of people doing creative and nice things, but I can't get out of my fucking head like people that like don't have the internet first of all, and people that are just like I don't know, like single and have kids or something. Like, I can't get that out of my head. I'm like, I feel guilty for like, oh, I enjoy that really nice video that person posted to Twitter. And I'm like, but the people that really, like, this has no bearing on the people that really fucking need it. Like, they're not going to be happy that Wonder Woman sang fucking Imagine to them on Twitter or Instagram.
But if you think about it, most people, even people in like low income brackets, have a phone now that has internet connection.
Oh, that is true. That is true. But still, like, even I mean, not to say that they not I mean, I said the internet, but even that, like, it's just not like, hey guys, make sure to stay busy and create. It's like, okay, well, my apartment I'm gonna be evicted from, so I don't give a shit about writing or doing poetry right now, so fuck you. Like, I can't get those people. It's hard for me to enjoy just, like, looking at stuff online now because I'm like, man, I kind of feel like part of the elite now that I have a job. I have a job for the time being, and as far as I can tell, I'm going to be able to pay rent and stuff. Like, it's weird. I feel like I entered into the 1%. And I gotta say, I don't like the way it feels, man. Makes me feel weird.
Well, I will say, if you're curious, like if you feel like a piece of shit like John does, and you're curious about,
I guess I could do community outreach stuff.
If you're curious about donating, there's lots of things they've been putting in place. If you want to support your favorite bands, Bandcamp right now is just donating all the income that they receive, like on the band pages, to the bands.
No shit.
Yeah, so
there's
like,
no like percentage they take or whatever.
Right. So like Torch, one of my favorite bands, just put up like a 4-song EP and name your price, and all the money goes to Torch. And they have a bunch of merch that they made especially for this occasion, because they had to cancel their European tour that they already like spent a bunch of money planning on. But I also saw, I can't remember if it's 214 Productions, one of the ones out of Dallas that like puts on shows, started a $10,000 GoFundMe thing for like people that work at bars and clubs. As long as you like fall under like certain criteria, like they're accepting all submissions, but they already have some people in mind that they know, and they're gonna take all that money and donate to those people because they don't have a steady income right now.
Well, see, even that, like, all that stuff's great, and that like makes me feel better. It's just, I think what makes me so nervous is like how long this is gonna last.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's what I keep thinking. I'm like, cool, a month, that's okay. Like 6 to 9 months, people might be rioting in the streets.
Yeah.
I like to go to worst case scenario first, Smiley.
It's all about that PMA. Got to keep that positive mental attitude.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you know what? You're right. I am gonna stay positive. But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like. I'm not the person losing my apartment or like not being able to feed my kid.
Yeah.
So if I was them, I'd be like, you know what, dude? Take your fucking PMA, shove it up your fucking ass. So I don't know. Yeah. So
But it's absolutely not the end of the world yet.
again, that's the silver lining. It's not done.
It's not. It's not like there aren't any jobs. Jeff Bezos wants you to come work for the Horde, and feed the world.
That's what all this is.
And feed his bank account.
He's just like, I want everyone employed by Amazon. They will just buy from me.
Yeah.
They will give me the money that I give them.
The conspiracy is that Bill Gates created the coronavirus, but
I've heard that too.
Jeff
Jeff
Bezos seems like a more likely candidate.
maybe that's what we should do. I don't know if that would be entertaining or like infuriating. I mean, I don't want us to turn into fucking like Alex Jones or anything, but
They turn the frogs
but,
gay.
yeah, I mean, I think we talked about conspiracies last week. I think we were trying to build some of our own, but maybe we should go into whole. Man, I can't imagine. I really hope this blows over because conspiracy websites, YouTube videos on this stuff. Oh
Yeah.
man, it's gonna be.
Yeah, the what is
lush.
it? The King and the Sting, Theo Vaughn and Brendan Schaub.
Mm-hmm.
They had Sam Tripoli and Eddie
Oh,
Bravo
I can't
on
imagine.
for the Rona special, and like
The
they
two
were
were-
going deep.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking chemtrails, bro. That's how this all started. It's all chemtrails. They're just trying to get you to.
And I love those dudes, but they go a little too deep for me
Mm.
sometimes.
I think this is just an elaborate plan to get us to stop driving cars. Did you hear that the ice caps totally froze back up? True story. Yeah, they're froze now. So like we're all good. I have heard. I have seen like good positive climate stuff
Really?
because of this. Like they were showing picture. What's funny is I didn't see like I say, I never know what to believe. I feel like I just don't believe anything, honestly. But like I was seeing pictures of China and stuff during all this, and they were showing like, you know, before and after, like, look at how clear the air is and stuff. Like it's like visibly, very noticeably different.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe it is some just elaborate scam by probably Greta. Greta Thunberg. Her.
Well, they were talking about that too on that.
Apparently she's sick. I heard she has flu-like symptoms.
Really? But that podcast, they were saying that what is it, the Paris Climate Pact?
Oh.
That was like that was all an elaborate scheme to like get money or something. I can't remember exactly how it went,
Yeah,
but
I mean, I don't know.
that's why Trump wouldn't sign. 'Cause he's not going to bow down to the elites.
I like it. Like, this is what. That's what I don't like. That's what kind of gets me about the conspiracy. Like, whenever they're like, all right, there's an elite class, blah blah blah. They're pedophiles. They're murderers. They're just scheming you for money. But Trump's against them. I'm like, you think he's against them? Like, I mean, I don't like. I'm not even like a hardcore like Trump hater. Like, it's not. It doesn't consume my fucking daily life like it does for a lot of people.
Uh-huh.
But like, I don't think he's a good guy. He's the president of the United States of America. I don't think you get that job by being like an upstanding citizen.
No.
Like, people made fun of Jimmy Carter because he was somewhat of a reasonable human being.
And he wasn't popular.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and he got lambasted for it because he was like somewhat of a normal guy from all accounts. Like, that maybe was in over his head. I don't fucking know. I
Yeah.
wasn't alive back then, but like, yeah, you got to be. I mean, you know, it's
Gotta
all
be kind of a
appearances.
scumbag.
Yeah, like, how do you like,
Got to be in on the take.
motherfucker? Like, I don't know. I mean, Trump hung out with Epstein too. Like, I don't know if he's fucking. I don't know if he's totally fucking innocent, but like. But that's what always gets me about the it's like I'm somewhat on board for your theory until you're like, and Trump's fighting the pedophiles. Like, I don't know that he is. I'm not saying he is a pedophile. I'm just saying like, I mean,
He
he's-
might be friends with
like,
some of them.
being the president of the United States of America is arguably the most elite position,
Yeah.
arguably
Yeah.
on planet Earth.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, so all these elites are running the world, and they're gonna let a guy that's against them, like, you don't think they control him, bro? You don't think they got the
Just
fucking
another
strings
talking
on
head.
him too? And like I say, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't
He's
know.
a puppet.
They're all fucking puppets. I mean, I guess they're doing what they want, man. They're all good. I did see, man, I wish I could remember what world leader it was or what, maybe it was royalty or whatever. But it was so weird because this lady, she looked like royalty from some country. I have no idea. I cannot remember where. But she had she's wearing gloves and a mask. Mm-hmm. But like she's wearing this gorgeous red gown with gorgeous red gloves and a gorgeous red mask. It was really like, she's like very, like it was just, I don't know. Something about it was just so, because she looked like she was, on a runway kind of thing to speak to the public and stuff.
Yeah.
But she just had, like she had a specially made mask that matched her dress and specially made gloves to match her dress. And it was just like, what the fuck? I mean, I'm sure all it was like a piece of the same fabric that she made her dress out of, but it was still, something was so off-putting about it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, really? You're trying to be fashionable during this fucking time? Like, I don't know. I mean, if you think of the opposite, if she went up there in fucking pajama pants and Crocs and stuff, I'd be like, oh shit, things have hit the fan, man. Things
not so fancy anymore.
It is not going well. Yeah, I guess if I saw a fucking world leader up there, fucking like, I don't know, looking haggard, I'd be like, if they're not doing well, then I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, but that's pretty much. It's got to be the biggest. You know what's weird is I was thinking, because a lot of late night guys always have jokes about Trump.
Uh-huh.
And I'm kind of thinking, if and when this all blows over, is it going to be coronavirus jokes for the next millennia, you think? Like that's going to be...
Well, that's the other conspiracy. They started this whole thing to get rid of him, make him look like an asshole, because it's an election year.
Yeah. I had a family member talking about that, like... Man, it's gonna sound crazy, but me and a buddy or me and a coworker were talking about it, and it's an election year, and things always get crazy. And it's like, I might buy that if it wasn't the entire fucking world. Like, they're doing like.
It just got out of hand, man.
And I'm like, I mean, I guess I would be happy to know that like no one actually died in Italy. Like, I would be angry that they lied about it, but I'd much rather those people not die. But I'm like. So, like, thousands of people are dying in Italy so that they can get him out? Like, that's, I don't know. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't buy it because I'm like, the whole world, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, they're doing telephone booth testing in South Korea so that they can get rid of Trump here. Like, yeah. I just, that's kind of hard to believe. Although, it will be weird if, hopefully it'll fucking be over before election time, but it will be weird if it's like, yeah, still just stringent and fucking, it's like the goddamn purge going on in America, and then all of a sudden, like, Trump doesn't win, it's Biden, or saying, I guess it's probably going to be fucking Biden.
More than likely.
But it would just be weird if he wins, and then it's like everything's like peachy, like everything goes good. I'm like, man, they were fucking right. Son of a bitch! Part of me hopes that if that's true, I just like, can we just do the election now and just get the other guy in so everything will be all fucking good? And it turns out like, yeah, I got your ass, fool. Maybe it's, you know what I think it is? Oh, here's my conspiracy theory. I think it's people, aliens from another planet or dimension doing a practical joke on us. Or maybe not. Maybe they're just trying to kill us. Never mind, I take that back. They're just trying to kill us. Maybe the virus is the alien. I did see someone. God, it's so fucking. What did he? I'm trying to think of how he worded it. He's like, people are the virus, and COVID-19 is the antidote, is Earth's antidote or something. And it's like, okay. I mean, if that's the way you feel, I totally get where you're coming from. You love planet Earth and stuff, but I mean, I don't know how you could feel that way and not just shoot yourself in the face. Like, it's really the people that are the problem. I'm like, you realize you are a person. You could stop being a person forever. Like, how are you going to be that stringent in that belief and just not kill yourself immediately? Like, hey, man, people are the problem. Well, you're part of the problem. So stop. Just do everyone a favor. Why don't you fucking get it and you can stop being a part of the fucking problem?
Yeah, maybe we'll get a sweet new cattle decapitation record from all this business.
That's a good point. Didn't we talk about flat? Like everything's cool on the other side of the flat Earth. Like everything's fine on the other side. We're on the top, and everything's going nuts, and the bottom side people are just like laughing at us.
Yeah, that's where the elites live.
Is that really a conspiracy?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Oh, that would be crazy. Yeah, they live on the underside of the Earth. The elites live on the
They just
underside
take
of
their
the Earth.
like little elevator up to the top side to fuck with us every once in a while.
Did you have another story?
Yeah.
Because I didn't.
It's not really. We're not really getting away from doom and gloom, but it is kind of. I don't know.
That's in the air these days.
So I was just scanning the news, trying to find anything other than coronavirus news, and so this guy was arrested. It was a 35-year-old cold case murder, and it was all because of DNA on a cigarette.
Oh, snap, son.
So this lady...
Wait, is this what, like, investigators are doing while they're on lockdown? Are they like, you know what? You know, like, people are writing songs and doing drawings and stuff, and these people are like, you know what? I'm going to solve that Florida man case.
Well, this was like... I'm not exactly
sure. Oh, it's like
sure.
a while back.
Well, it was like maybe like 5 days ago, but I don't know exactly like when this happened.
So they got a cigarette from the crime scene all those years ago and just had it in a little Ziploc bag and.
No.
Oh, okay.
So let me lay this out for you.
All right.
So this lady, Tanya Etheridge McKinley, she was 23. She had just left a New Year's Eve celebration in 1985, and she was strangled and sexually assaulted.
Yikes.
In Pensacola, Florida.
In that order?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know what's better, but it's always weird when the sex is with the dead.
Maybe at the same time.
Oh, God. Yeah, never mind. Sorry I asked.
But, so they found this guy. He was, sorry, this isn't the same article that I read, so now I'm, like, kind of scrambling, but, it was like connected. Like they basically were just like going from person to person to person, and he was like friends of the family or something like that. Like somehow they made a connection to this guy, so they followed him around, and he looked kind of like suspicious. So they were following him, and he threw a cigarette out of the car, and they got the cigarette butt and took it in for DNA testing, and it matched the semen DNA that was found on the body.
Yikes. So
this guy just got arrested. He's like 57, I think.
Well, wait. So when did they get the cigarette? Like
on the 4th?
Like recently? Oh, this month.
Yeah.
Oh man. Could you imagine that? Like 35 years, and you're like, not gonna get me. Wow, that's crazy.
What was really kind of fucking me up.
Are they allowed to do that? I mean, like, I'm glad they caught the guy. Don't get me wrong, but like, are they allowed to just like follow a guy 35 years later and like just get shit from him? Pick up the cigarette butt?
Well, I think as long as it's like, if it's in the trash, it's like.
No.
Fair
yeah,
game.
that is true. I mean, everything I know is based off TV, but I have watched several TV shows and movies where cops are digging through trash.
But
so
can you imagine? Like, do you think this guy ever felt like at ease?
No, I don't understand how people live that kind of life. Because like I say, I like feel bad for people that like don't have a job right now. So I'm just thinking of like if I murdered someone, I would never feel good about it ever.
Yeah.
I saw a dime on the ground. And I didn't pick it up. And I wrestled with it the whole time I drove home. I'm like, man, I should have picked it up. It's like, well, I don't need it. But yeah, but I'm going to leave it there. No one else is going to pick it up. John. Like, I wrestled with that. There's no way. I don't know how people fucking do it. Man. Especially if that's, I mean, and that's the thing is they always say it's like, I like how they always say like I'm an expert on this. But, you know, if they've done it once, they've probably done it again in 35 years and stuff.
That's true. But I also kind of wonder if it was one of those things where maybe he was drunk, not trying to like justify what he did, but maybe like he like tried to rape her and then ended up murdering her as well.
No,
And it's not like that makes it any better, but
Yeah,
like
but
he's just like, oh shit, and then he ran away.
Yeah, and you're just
And he's like, thank God it's the 80s because we don't have technology.
You think that? I bet that's what he's saying while you're driving away smoking a cigarette. Thank God it's the 80s. We don't have technology. Because if it was me, I'd be like, fuck, it's 2020. We have technology. No, man, coronavirus did that. Strangled her. I don't know. It wasn't me. But wow, that's crazy, though.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
But I guess it is kind of a nice story because there's some closure for the family finally.
There's the, what's it? I believe he goes by the name of the Iceman. I can't remember his name. There's lots of documentaries about him, but he's a hitman for the mob and stuff. And I'm like, I kind of get how those people could live with it because, well, I was going to say they're killing bad people, but a lot of times they're not really. They're just...
killing people that owe money and stuff.
Well, that's what's funny is actually it was on that show, Too Old to Die Young, and Miles Teller plays a cop who kind of, like, gets involved with, not in the mob, but, like, kind of gang stuff. So he kind of, through weird circumstances, he kind of gets... I don't want to say framed or blackmailed, but basically, like, he's kind of like a cop while also kind of being a hitman for this gang in LA and stuff. They're kind of taking care of guys for him, but he usually doesn't ask any questions. And then, like, finally he's following a guy, and he's like, what did you do? Like, he finally asked one of the guys he's about to kill. He's like, oh, and he's, like, crying and stuff. He's like, oh, I owe him $1,100. And he's like, he wants somebody to kill you over $1,100? So he just, like, he just took the guy to wherever he needs to be, like, give me the fucking money. They ended up, like, cutting off his fucking pinky and stuff. But, like, he went back to the gang, and you think, like, it's funny. It starts out like, oh, I'm done. You're like, you're done? Yeah. Stop giving me these little fucking bullshit cases. Like, I want the bad fucking people.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, shit, this just took a jump. And then they're like, we have some people. Some
real bad people.
Yeah. Are you into rape pornography? No? Well, we know some guys that you can definitely murder if you want to. So it's weird. He ended up kind of like being, I mean, he's still a bad guy, but it was like, it's almost like a superhero. It's almost like a vigilante, but like a murdering vigilante. He's like, if Batman was a cop without, this is a very terrible, like, I mean, like, it's a good sell for the show, but if anyone watches the show, they're going to be like, dude, that's not at all what this is. But I don't know where I was going with that. It just got me on I don't know where I was going with that at all. I just remember we were talking about the guy that got caught recently, and then I went on to the show. Yeah, but he's a vigilante. It's a good show. Check it out. You got time. Everyone's got. See, that's the thing too. Is everyone's like, "Hey, man, do this, do this." You got time. It's like some people don't have time. You know, some people don't have time. They got other stuff to worry about. Okay. See, now I'm just going back to that. It's just doom and gloom the whole time. Is it about time to close it out?
We've been going for about 52 minutes.
All right.
You think you're good? You said everything you want to say about the pandemic?
I will say this, because of all this, I did, I have eliminated bat from my diet. I stopped eating bat.
Oh, Jesus. So
just in case anyone's wondering. So it's good. And I thought it was going to be hard because I like to eat bat. Mm-hmm. But I stopped doing it. But it was way easier than I thought it was going to be, because I don't know if you know this, but they introduced a little thing called the Impossible Bat.
Oh, Jesus. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. Like I said, hit us up if you want to hear some more. We'll try to do this as much as we can, but obviously people got better things to do than listen to us fucking talk. Peace be with you. Thank you for listening.